Beyond the Horizon, a family's story of renewal. This story is about the journey of Matthew's family, a Nigerian household facing severe financial hardship. Matthew, the father, woke up from a troubling dream. He felt an overpowering sense of resolution and wakes his wife, Adaobi. They talked quietly in the dim light, discussing their dire financial situation. He mentioned a voice from his dream that told him to act now or lose everything. Matthew and Adaobi struggled to scrape together money for the children's school fees. The kids are aware of the tension, and it's affecting their moods. Matthew's frustration built up, and he began to feel hopeless. Matthew was on his way to meet with a potential client for a small job when he bumped into an old man who seemed to know more about Matthew's struggles than he should. The stranger advised Matthew to go to church that Sunday, saying, "Your solution is closer than you think." The family sat down to eat a very small meal left for them that day. Adaobi questioned Matthew about his decision to follow the stranger's advice and go to church. The children listened silently, clearly worried. Matthew insisted they must obey the message he received, but he was still very doubtful. He decided to go to church. During the service, the pastor spoke directly to Matthew's heart. He preached about trusting God even in the hardest times. At the end of the service, the pastor prayed for the families, and as Matthew left the church, he was satisfied that he went to church, and he was hopeful. Matthew met with a client but faced rejection on a job he was counting on. He was devastated, thinking God had promised a breakthrough. However, just when he was about to leave the office, his instinct told him don't give up, watch and pray. Adaobi got an unexpected phone call from a friend offering her a small side job of sewing uniforms for a private school. It wasn't much, but it felt like a ray of hope. Adaobi decided to tell Matthew. She believed it was a sign that God was opening doors for them. In the quiet of the night, Matthew and Adaobi knelt down with their children, prayed earnestly for guidance and a breakthrough. The atmosphere was heavy with hope and desperation. Matthew's boss offered him a new opportunity to manage a small team on a new project, which would provide a better income. Matthew was unsure if he could handle it but remembered the words he heard about persistence. He accepted the offer. However, he faced his first challenge as a team leader. He made a costly mistake that almost derailed the entire project. He was on the verge of giving up, but he remembered the word of God which says, "If you fail in the day of adversity, your strength is small." Proverbs 24 verse 10. Through a moment of inspiration, Matthew solved the problem. Adaobi's job of sewing school uniforms opened doors to more clients for her. Her small sewing operation expanded, and she began to teach Chioma, her eldest daughter, how to sew as well. The business grew, but Adaobi remained humble, knowing that God was guiding her steps. Just when things seemed to be getting better, Matthew's construction project hit a financial snag, and payments were delayed. Matthew became overwhelmed. He wondered if the success they were experiencing was about to collapse. Matthew had another vivid dream where he saw himself leading a large business. The voice he heard reassured him that all his hard work will pay off, but only if he continued to trust in God. Adaobi was approached by a local school administrator who offered her a long-term contract to supply school uniforms for many schools. This deal transformed her small business into a significant enterprise. The Matthew family gathered to celebrate their recent successes, Matthew's promotion and Adaobi's business growth. The mood was light, but there was a lingering sense of what's next. Matthew was called into a meeting with the senior executives at his construction company. To his surprise, they offered him a partnership in a new real estate development project. This was a life-changing opportunity. Matthew and Adaobi discussed the new real estate project. While Matthew was excited, Adaobi warned that they shouldn't be too eager and should seek God's guidance. The tension built up as they debated what to do. Disaster struck as part of Matthew's real estate project faced a legal challenge, putting the entire project in jeopardy. Matthew was yet to face the hardest test of his faith yet. While Matthew was dazed by the crisis, Adaobi attended a prayer meeting and prayed fervently for her family. During the service, the pastor received a word of knowledge, which encouraged her to hold on. The breakthrough was near. Adaobi left the church with a renewed sense of hope. Matthew stayed late at work, astounded by the legal battle that threatened his project. He felt lost and contemplated giving up. Just as he was about to leave, he received an unexpected call from a lawyer offering to help him. That was another sign of divine intervention. The court ruled in Matthew's favor. The legal battle was resolved and allowed his project to continue. Matthew was elated and thanked God for the victory. He returned home to share the good news with his family. After the victory in court, Matthew's family gathered to discuss their next steps. He shared his vision of expanding the real estate business, and Adaobi spoke about scaling her uniform business. They decided to work together more closely as a family, trusting God for guidance. During another Sunday service, the pastor gave a prophetic message that directly related to Matthew's family's situation, confirming their plans to expand. Matthew and Adaobi felt reassured that they were on the right path, and they made a commitment to keep God at the center of their growing businesses. Chike, the middle child, excelled in his school exams and won a scholarship to study abroad. His hard work and the family's faith paid off, and the scholarship offered hope for a brighter future. Chioma, the eldest daughter, decided to launch her own fashion line after learning the trade from her mother. With Adaobi's guidance, she started making unique clothing designs that attracted attention. Chioma's entrepreneurial spirit began to shine. Matthew's business grew rapidly, and he started managing larger projects. He became one of the most respected real estate developers in Lagos. His perseverance and faith led him to this point, but the challenges of managing a bigger business kept him humble and reliant on God. Adaobi's uniform business became very successful that she won a national award for women in entrepreneurship. She gave a moving speech about how God has been the driving force behind her success, inspiring others in the audience. With their newfound wealth and success, Matthew's family decided to give back by starting a foundation that provided scholarships and business training for young entrepreneurs. Their community work became an inspiration of hopefulness for others struggling like they once did. The family came together to reflect on their journey. Matthew read from the Bible. He thanked God for guiding them through their trials, and they prayed together. The joy and peace on their faces were evident. Their story is one of faith, perseverance, and divine intervention. Matthew and his family's journey truly embodied the conception of beyond the horizon, as their story goes beyond immediate struggles and visible limitations to reach a future shaped by faith, perseverance, and divine intervention. The horizon, symbolically, represents the boundary of what we can see or predict in life, often marked by uncertainty and difficulty. Their economic struggles, failures, and moments of doubt were the challenges that loomed large on their horizon, blocking their view of a better future. The family's unity and reliance on God turned every setback into a setup for a breakthrough. They realized that the horizon, initially seen as the limit of their potential, was just the beginning of what God had planned for them. With each triumph, They moved further beyond the boundaries of their past struggles. The Matthews family didn't just overcome their challenges, they grew in faith, wealth, and purpose.
Are you ready for a dose of inspiration and faith? Join Sharon on her incredible journey of miraculous encounters. From life-changing experiences to heartfelt lessons, Sharon's story will uplift and encourage you. Watch Sharon's miraculous encounters now on Christian Fiction Stories channel. And don't forget, for the young ones, devotional comics for children. Fun, engaging, and Bible-based, teaching valuable lessons and values. Watch now and grow in faith together on Devotional Comics for Children's channel.
In a household where love and faith should reign, two siblings are locked in a battle of their wills. Jealousy, resentment, and anger threaten to tear them apart. Their parents have tried all they could, but the resentments keep getting stronger. Did they miss it somewhere? What did they do to restore peace and joy into the family again? But can they find forgiveness and unity? Join us on a journey of faith, love, and redemption. Exploring 10 vital strategies that parents can employ to avoid siblings' rivalries in their families. A Christian fiction story that explores the complexities of sibling relationships. A tale of sibling rivalry. Showing on Christian Fiction Stories channel. Subscribe now and get ready to be inspired.
5 lessons to learn from Matthew's family. 1. Faith in God opens new doors. Matthew and his family's unwavering trust in God, even during their toughest moments, led to divine interventions and opportunities they never expected. Their story teaches that faith can move obstacles and unlock blessings beyond what seems possible. 2. Perseverance in hard times brings breakthroughs. Despite numerous setbacks, Matthew and Adaobi never gave up on their dreams. Their determination and hard work, paired with faith, led to eventual success. This shows the importance of resilience and persistence in the face of adversity. 3. Unity and support within the family are crucial. Matthew's family faced challenges together, supporting and encouraging one another through trials. Their unity helped them rise above financial and emotional difficulties, highlighting the strength of family bonds in overcoming hardship. 4. Giving back multiplies blessings. After experiencing financial success, Matthew and Adaobi chose to give back to their community by supporting others in need. This teaches that true wealth is not just about personal gain, but about using blessings to uplift others. 5. Your horizon is not your limit. Initially, the family could only see their immediate struggles, but through faith and vision, they realized their potential went far beyond their present circumstances. Their story teaches that our limitations are often self-imposed, and with faith and hard work, we can go beyond what we think is possible. Don't forget to watch more stories from the Christian Fiction Stories channel, subscribe, like the videos and hit the notification bell for new stories from our channel. Bye.